niggas out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't tripping on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on the t-shirt, memory of niggas that puffin' them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options. Used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings all flip. Keep the Glock with me, it was like a ball with it. Me at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse the imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Shit that hate make it to the but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on. Think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a step and a root. Hold on. And a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on. And a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick, baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gunshot. Fuck that little bitch, you. Niggas swear he to go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. He at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? One West, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Never. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest, most high. Something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with it. Me at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem wasn't what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speak. It got colder than bitter, bitch found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just won't change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. Self-survive, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. There's no action, they make threats and it's still passive. I think massive, no response, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bull for that chicken. I don't fake split the scissors cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you count, I would be broke. I should be close, got a better chance, boxing the go. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make a follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You can focus on the dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna be the deal. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man. Y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna pay the bill. Out here looking like food, home of the truth. Y'all ain't never had to choose, trying to get beat up. When y'all trying to make the news, y'all ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna pay the bill. Out here looking like food, home of the truth. Y'all ain't never had to choose, trying to get beat up.
Seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round, he'll spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kids, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he trying to sell another pot. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. See a man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for left. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile leg. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thugging with Lucky, that nigga left me for dead. Endured to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak, cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
Let's get right to it, dog. You know it's raw. Well, let me catch you if you're showing off. I wanted to get you, I hold it off. Thought he was solid, but told it off. Running the field with the underdogs. Don't want to get involved. I can admit it. I know what it's time. I'm tripping. I got every group. Niggas are fumble a bag. I get to the cash fast. Gotta salute. I've been a hustler. Look how I'm coming up. You running your mouth, better run it up. I'm running this shit like a big dog. Living my movie, they pissed off. Pushing the law cause we in charge. They gon' play this in the synagogues. How do I feel? I'm feeling great. Bigger the problem, the bigger the plate. Making my move, that shit gotta wait. Ahead of my time, keep it in line. Put on their face. I just learned to keep it all to myself. Wait, a couple of niggas that hang with me that'll bang for me. If I'm doing bad, never change on me.
We the salt of the earth. We the motherfucking underdogs. We underestimated. You understand what I'm saying?
I got tunnel vision. There's a bunch of ways I'm gonna get it. It's my way or the highway. You ain't fucking with it. Do what I say or go about your fucking business and take this money with you. I ain't dealing with no fucking children. If they not my own, going by myself. I'ma die alone. These bitches catch my wave and more just hopping on. They hear what I make, it starts to turn them on. I think it's sorcery, the way they rob the bone. The black magic stick, they stopping by my home when I'm not even home. I'd rather be alone so I can conquer shit and I can see it wrong. I just keep popping shit cause I won't be here long. I've been on the road and get my knees blown. She wanna drop it low and get her eagle on. My new bitch bad as fuck. She look like me alone. I came up from the dirt, was born right under y'all. And just like God of wine, said I just wanted ball. These niggas seasonal. I watch them leave and fall. The last gon' finish first, cause we some underdogs.
They say the first shall be last, and the last shall be the first. Nigga, we gon' rule this kingdom, nigga. This one West.
Ride to the sunset, slide to the moon fall. Those all said ghetto, then I got him, that's my doggy dog. Don't bark, gotta mean bite, we them underdogs. Over off the wire, 5 yards, I'm pressing all of y'all. 9 niggas up like I'm director from a casting call. I don't give a fuck, you want beef, neck to all of y'all. UPK priest, so lace up boost, and it's time to ball. The clip name Wendy, all these shells, I'ma let them fall. Niggas think they better than like who they think they better than. One West Soldier, best believe we got that metal in. Last name Cannon, cause I still got them drummers in. Kept myself to trap the hell, I'ma let them know. Underdogs, you niggas tripping, we'll be popping on you sniffing. Real crafty with that smithing, locked in on the mission, rocking all out. Who to take the hop out, you be bitching, cotton, cool time. Now the clock, glitch it, nigga.
Every dog has his day.
Backstage.
On the table.
I ain't finna tell y'all how I got away with this shit.
If I'm more right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goes. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't bitch. Now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. Now I ain't gonna work it out.
Shy, clap it up. Let's get it on. Akim and Akwatyan. We're going to get it on in here tonight, man. I'm going to answer all of your questions, solve all of your problems. Just stand by. Tingan paciencia. Stand by. I'll help everyone out in 1 second. Tonight, we're going to get into Puff Daddy, right? Puff Daddy tonight. The Puff Daddy special is all over my phone. I can't get away from it, right? But it begs the question. The outrage over Puff Daddy begs this question. If Puff Daddy is so terrible, why did you love him so much? You loved him so much. I'm going to answer that question for you tonight. Puff Daddy being as terrible as he always was, clearly he was awful back in the 90s. He's been awful. Why did you love Puff Daddy so much? I'm going to answer that question for you tonight, all right? Also, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is, of course, blowing up tiny fishing boats, claiming they're blowing up these tiny fishing boats and committing acts of murder on international waters is somehow going to end the drug trade in America. Blowing up a fishing boat that fits about 4 people on the boat. He blows the boat, and his claim is that if he blows up enough of these fishing boats full of these Latinos, somehow drugs will stop coming into America. Now, this is clearly an Epstein distraction. Right. This is to distract everyone from the Epstein list. Also, this week, the Secretary of War, the Secretary of Defense, murdered 2 people, even by the low standard that America has set for murder. America is allowed to murder people on international waters if the president just determines them to be a threat to America at all. All right, those are the rules of America. But even in American law, you cannot murder someone after they've been nullified as a threat. Well, Pete Hegseth did that this week. He blew up a boat. There were 2 survivors in the water, hanging on to life, hanging on to debris for life. He shot them again, which even by American standards is murder. According to God and according to any civilized person, it would be murder to kill those people on those boats at all, because those people have not been brought to court and they've not been sentenced to death. Right. Anybody if you can blow their boat up, then clearly you could arrest them. Right. These same boats, he could arrest these people when they got to shore. If he sees them, and if a satellite sees them coming towards America, then he could have the Border Patrol pull over the boat or arrest the people on the boat when they get to shore. So this is murder regardless. But of course, because America doesn't have anyone on earth that can police it, America is allowed to commit murder because no one can stop them on earth. No one on earth can stop them. America even broke its own rules by shooting people who were already victims of the first airstrike. They killed these 2 men. And as soon as that happens, what happens today? America, the FBI arrests a pipe bomber that set up 2 pipe bombs on January 6th. And now he's bringing them to justice, even though everyone who actually committed the violence on January 6th has been pardoned. These are all Epstein distractions. News stories to distract you from the real news story, which is that Donald Trump is a pedophile and he's on the Epstein list. Here's my question to you. Why do these distractions work? They always work. Why do they work? I'm going to answer that question for you today. Here's the 2 questions I will answer. Why did you love Puff Daddy so much, even though he was clearly a terrible person? And why do Donald Trump's Epstein distractions work? I'm going to answer those 2 questions today. Un momento. First, I'm going to answer your questions. Haz tu preguntas. Any questions?
Yes, sir. If we can give a quick shout out to the zone.
Let me move this to this side if I could without knocking everything over. Let's see if you can just grab that for me, please. Yeah, this on this side if you don't mind. All right. Who's in the room tonight?
We got Windsor, Ontario.
Oh, give Windsor a hand. I see you, Windsor. Go ahead.
Milwaukee's joining us.
Milwaukee, give Milwaukee a hand.
Pittsburgh,
the bird, give him a hand.
Atlanta,
the brave, give him a hand.
and live headquarters.
Give yourselves a hand. Denele un aplauso. I'll take your questions whenever you have them.
Yes, sir. We have
Go ahead. Ooh, good scotch in here tonight. This usual.
Most High in Christ.
Yikes. Powerful stuff. Go ahead.
A brother asked for a breakdown of Hebrews chapter 7, Salaki. He asked for verse 3 through 21. The brother might have to.
Ooh, that's good. He want the Bible broken down. If you could, I'll just make it a little more specific. Like, just read the Bible. Read the concordance. Just give me a general idea of what your question might be. Maybe I can serve you better that way. All right. Let me get another question while we're waiting.
Come.
If there's any questions from the headquarters, please let me know. All right.
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Brother asked, Salaki, sir, if I may get a general breakdown on Matthew 3 and 16.
No problem.
Just trying to understand, is this showing him receiving the Holy Spirit, or did he have it since birth?
Let's hear it.
Matthew 3 and chapter 16.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, just a second. And Yahushua, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And lo, the heavens were opened unto him.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove.
This is when John the Baptist baptized Jesus Christ with water, correct?
Come.
And so his question is this showing that Jesus Christ had the Holy Spirit at this moment, or did he have it from his birth? Okay, he had it from his birth, but I believe your idea of what the Holy Spirit is might be flawed. All right. You want to don't think about the Holy Spirit the way you're thinking about it. Because of the Christian church, you think of the Holy Spirit kind of in a day of magic. You know, like someday this magic happened. And this is a magical day, and this is the Holy Spirit manifesting itself when you had this magical day happen. That is not what the Holy Spirit is at all. When the Bible says that God covered him, that the Most High was with him, or the Holy Spirit was on him, it means that the Most High God protected him. The Lord was with that young man when he was 12 years old and went and battled the lawyers in the temple of God who did not know the law as well as the 12-year-old boy. The Lord was with him. The Most High was shining upon him. Those terms are terms not literal like magic, but that there's something special about this kid. There's something wonderful when the Israelite School of UPK is speaking out on the street. That's the Holy Spirit speaking through us. It's not our power. It's nothing that we're doing, but the Most High God is deciding to help the people that are hearing our words. That's the Holy Spirit. This day, when John the Baptist baptized him with water, and they heard a voice from heaven saying, "This is my beloved son, hear ye him." And then a glowing light floated down like a dove lands on the ground. A glowing light floated down on him. That had nothing to do with him, getting power from God in that moment, but it had everything to do with the Most High God showing the disciples of John the Baptist that they should follow him and stop following John the Baptist. That was the point. The point was this was a day when all of the disciples of John were there. Everyone who believed that John the Baptist was the one that they should follow. Everyone that believed that John the Baptist was the one that God sent that would deliver them from Roman oppression. This day, they found out who God chose. Because on this day, the Lord made it absolutely clear. It was unambiguous. You couldn't mistake it. A light floated down from the sky, landed on him, and they heard a voice from heaven saying, "This is my beloved son, hear ye him." Meaning, from this day forward, you have no reason to ever dunk yourselves in water or baptize with water ever again, because I've declared to you who I'm with. That's the point of this day. Everyone understands. Good to go here. Next question, please.
Yes, another brother asked in that same chapter, and I believe you answered it. He said, if I can, the Holy Spirit and fire in verse 11, talking about Christ giving the law to Israel in their heart.
He wants, just break it down. Let me hear it real fast.
Come on. Verse 11, I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Spirit and with fire.
His question is, he wants me to explain this.
Is it talking about Christ giving the law to Israel? Is that what
baptize
means?
You with fire means? No,
exactly.
baptize you with fire does not mean Christ giving you the law. Christ did not give us the law. Moses gave us the law. What Christ did is teach asking a sister about wearing the law saying that you have to out in a car seat when you're driving, but I'm going to use even a better law, the law against drinking and driving. Now we have a video right here when they enacted the law against drinking and driving. This video will crystallize the point of the difference between the law being in your heart and the law simply being on paper. All right, go ahead and play.
Concert, just a second.
This when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be a communist country.
You're going to be a communist country? Brother, there was outrage over the laws against drinking and driving. Outrage. The laws against wearing a seatbelt, I remember my father talking about that. As far as he knew, that was Russia. That was communist Russia to have to put that seatbelt on. It was a terrible law. No one understood it. People hated it because the law was on paper. Now, how would you put that law in your heart? How would you put the law against drinking and driving in your heart? How would you put the law about wearing a seatbelt in your heart? There's one absolutely surefire way. Who knows? When someone dies. When someone dies, now it's in your heart. If your child dies because of drunk driving, now you'll become an advocate against driving drunk. You understand? I see so many times in cities I travel to, there are a lot of organizations in cities that I believe Commanding General Yohana would approve of if they wanted to work with us. There are cities where there are organizations of women who have come together to stop gun violence. But these women aren't just women who need a hobby. These are the victims of gun violence. They've lost their children to gun violence. And just to find a way so that grief doesn't swallow them up, they've decided to become advocates, to go out in the street and to try to find a way to get children not to shoot each other. That law is in their heart because they've lost their child. Do you understand? If you lost your child to a drunk driver, if you lost your loved one because they didn't wear a seatbelt, if you worked in the hospital and you saw children coming in devastated simply because they were thrown from a car, thrown through the windshield, and clicking a belt would have saved their life. Now the law is in your heart. Jesus Christ took the law of Moses that was written down by man. That was written down by Moses. That was the law of the government, but no one had it in here. No one believed in it until someone died for it. I pray you understand. Until someone gave his life for it. After that, you had to keep it. You had to keep it. Everyone understands. All right.
So,
is there anything else?
Wow, sir. Windsor has a question.
Windsor, you have it.
Hey, shalom, Hey, Slaki, can I be heard?
I hear you fine, Windsor. What can I do for you?
Hey, General, to water. I was just wondering, I just wanted a general breakdown on Matthew 18 and verse 18.
Try to speak up a taste if you don't mind. Now, I believe you said Matthew 18 and 18.
Sir.
Is there something in specific?
I believe it's speaking on judgment, but I just didn't fully understand what I was reading.
All right. You got it? Whenever you're ready. Oh, slap. I'm sorry, please. Take it.
Is that Matthew 18 and 18?
Mm-hmm.
Matthew chapter 18 and verse 18. Mm-hmm. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Mm-hmm. And whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
This is speaking about the power that the Most High God, through Jesus Christ, gave the 12 disciples. This is the authority that he gave them. And I'll explain it to you. He's saying, whatsoever you bind in earth shall be bound in heaven. So think of heaven and earth like two different realms. This is earth right here, right? The physical world, right? Hands and feet and air and gravity and matter, right? Jesus Christ is saying, if you bind something on earth, it will be bound in heaven. Now, what is heaven? Heaven is the spiritual world, the world that is not physical, the spiritual world that controls this physical world. The perfect precept you need is when the plague came over Israel because David numbered the men. Numbering the men showed a lack of faith that David had on God protecting him, no matter how many men he had. By numbering the men, God was insulted by it. Because then it said, like, do you believe that you need the highest numbers to win a battle? Then that means you don't believe that I am with you in a battle. God was angry because David numbered his men before a battle, right? So God sent a plague on Israel. And all of the Israelites begin to die of a disease. Imagine a disease like the COVID-19 disease, or the Spanish flu, or the bubonic plague. Everyone began to die. At that moment, while everyone was dying, David saw an angel standing in the sky, pulling a sword out of its sheath. And the more the sword came out the sheath, the more the people died. David begged for forgiveness for his lack of faith, because he should have known that God needs not numbers to deliver someone from a battle, but in God is a battle won. As David began to pray, the angel began to put the sword back in the sheath, and the people begin to live, right? That angel pulling that sword out the sheath, that's heaven. That's the spiritual world. The plague is happening on earth, right? The things that happen in this world are controlled by the things that happen in the spiritual world. What is the bind talking about? Demons. If you're someone that has an addiction, right? An addiction, I'm right here in Harlem that invented the term. Right here in Harlem, they invented the term of having a monkey on your back. That is a Harlem term that went all over the globe about heroin. Heroin, right? Women in Harlem used to be called monkey women because virtually all of them had a monkey on their back, which is what they called heroin, because it was in essence a monster on your back that you can't get off. Right? You had to have heroin. Any addiction, physically, your body craves alcohol. Your body craves heroin. Your body craves cocaine. In the spiritual world, there is a monster forcing you to get high, forcing you to drink. And you'll try to shake it. You'll try to beat it. That monkey just won't get off of your back. Jesus Christ said, whatsoever thou bind in heaven shall be bound on earth. So what can the truth do under Jesus Christ? It can tie that monkey up. It can put him in chains. So now that demon that has you getting high has destroyed your life. That demon can't fight you anymore because he's bound up. How will that translate to you on earth? Your addiction is gone, right? The disciples could end addiction. The disciples could end sickness and illness. They could do it. How? Because whatsoever thou loose in earth. Now you give me someone who couldn't walk. They can't walk. They're laying there and they can't ever get up, right? Why? Well, in the physical world, they have this disease or that disease or this ailment that means that they can't move. In the spiritual world, they are bound. They're tied up. As they try to get up, they can't. The doctor has his reasons, which are true in the physical world. In the spiritual world, this person is chained. They can't move. The Lord said, whatsoever thou loose in earth shall be loosed in heaven. So now this person who is tied up, now you can free him from his chains. And then before you know it, this person gets up and walks, right? That's what this precept is talking about. You can make changes in the spiritual world that affect the physical world. We do it as a profession in the Israelite School of UPK. We change the minds of people. We change their hearts. And in doing so, we change their physical bodies. Now they're not addicts anymore. Now they're not homosexuals anymore. Now they're not deviants anymore. You can absolutely change someone's spirit and then thereby change everything physical about them. That's the point of Matthew 18 and 18. Everyone understands.
Sir.
Good to go. Proxima.
Yes, sir. Colleen has a question.
Colleen, you up?
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, sir.
Barakatah, good to hear from you. What can I do for you?
Salakia, sir. My daughter in the room has a question. If you could,
All
with your
right,
grace.
son, just still give her a hand.
How is God a spirit?
How is God a spirit? Give her a hand. That's an absolutely excellent question. God is a spirit because God is like he's a spiritual force that the people that believe on him can get that spirit and they can do God's will. So you want to think about it like love. You know how you love your daddy and you love your family, and because you love your family and love your daddy, you'll protect them and you'll help them and you'll go to school and you'll go to college and you'll do great things, all to show your family that you love them. That's what God is. God is that feeling that makes you go do something amazing for the people who you love. God has done something amazing for the Israelites. He's the reason that we are kind to each other, and the reason that we do not steal and we do not lie and we do not hurt people, because we're trying to show God that we love him. He's trying to show us that he loves us. So he's a spirit because he's a feeling in you that makes you do the right thing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, now give her some money down there in Killeen, Texas. Give her a hand. Pull out some money and hand it to her. The water, she's earned it. Go ahead, Art.
Simon in the chat asked, can you keep all 613 laws?
Yeah, Simon. Let's start with one tonight. Stop smoking weed. Let me tell you something. There's an old adage. It's not in the Bible, but it's true. Simon, let me ask you a question. How do you walk 1,000? How do you walk? How many did he say? 613?
Yes, sir.
Simon, how do you walk 613 miles? Let Simon answer the question. When Simon gets the answer, then you tell me, all right?
Yes, sir.
Simon, how do you walk 613 miles? People have done it. That has happened. People have went to the top of Mount Everest. On my phone today, I saw some 79-year-old woman that went to the North Pole. 79. Tons of white people go to that Mount Everest. People go to space, don't they? They go to the damn moon. How? How is that achieved? How does somebody make it from their house to the moon? How does someone walk or run 613 miles? Only one way to do it. Does Simon have the answer yet?
He said, if you've broken one law, you've broken them all. That's the law.
Well, Simon, you're not answering my question about the miles, young man. I asked you a question. How do you walk 613 miles? I didn't ask you about the law, Simon, and watch your fresh mouth. I'm asking you a question, and don't get fresh with me, brother. How do you walk 613 miles? That's what I'm asking you. That's it. He has the answer. Let me know, all right?
General Q answered.
General Q, I know you know. Let him answer it then, hell. Give him a hand. He's having mercy on Simon, because I was going to grind Simon into a puddle, but I'm not going to do that now because of General Kabbalah Maf. General Kabbalah Maf, how do you walk 613 miles?
He said one step at a time.
Give him a hand. One step at a time. One step, Simon. That's it. That's how you walk 613 miles. One step. Your problem, Simon, is that as you sit home, breaking all 613, in your mind, it's an impossibility. Take one step forward, Simon. That's it. Take one step forward. That's all you have to do. That's how you get to the moon. You start off with walking to your car, then you drive to NASA, then you drive to school for physics, then you go to school to be a scientist. It all starts with a step. How do you become a doctor? One step, walking into class. Just one step. The alarm goes off. You get up out of bed. That's how you become a doctor. By getting up out of bed in the morning. That's how you start. From there, you take your next step into the shower, next step on the bus, next step into school, next step into the library or the computer. 4 years, 12 years from now, you're a doctor, and you'll wonder how you got there by getting up out of bed in the morning. That's it. Take one step, Simon. All 613 laws are absolutely achievable. It's achievable to become a doctor, Simon. I always wonder how black people Hispanics read the Bible and think it's impossible to keep the law. How could you think it's possible to become a doctor? Can you imagine what a physician is doing to become a physician? You never will. You'll never know. You'll never know. What is someone doing to become, some mathematician or an astronaut? You will never know, Simon, what they're doing, because it will simply be too hard for you to imagine. I pray you understand. Is there anything else?
Sir.
No other questions?
Sir.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
A warrior of Yahushua said, Shalom, young man Tim checking in from Maryland, if I may, sir. Who are the children of the kingdom in Matthew 8 and 11 to 12? I've been told it's Yasha Allah.
No problem. It's a little deeper than that, young brother. Go ahead and read it.
Matthew chapter 8 and verse 11. And I say,
you need the Bible, Zadok? You good to go? You got a Bible? The water. Go ahead.
And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness.
Let me explain what this precept is about. The many from the east and the west, that is Yashar Allah, right? The many from the east and the west. The children of the kingdom, that is Yashar Allah. They're both, when I say Yashar Allah, for those of you that don't know, they're all blacks and Hispanics, right? The point that Jesus Christ is trying to make is that the people who have the seat of leadership and of power, the wealthy, the people who get all of the praise and all of the money because they descend from powerful families, they have an opportunity that they do not care about. They sit in a position that means nothing to them. Well, meanwhile, here we are in Harlem, New York, fighting to learn what they had 600 years ago, 1,000 years ago. They had it. Like, I think about it all the time, in that here we are in Harlem, desperately wanting to get back to a place that at one time your forefathers had and could not care less about having it. They couldn't care less. I see it all the time now, and it's just human nature. You know what makes me sick? Watching videos of black people saying, we have to support black businesses. That's something that drives me nuts. In 2025, you know what's on my phone all day? We got to support black and Latino businesses. We have got to support them. We have got to go to black colleges. We've got to, we at one time, that's all we did.
Right.
Because there was segregation, and you only went to a black business. You only went to a Latino business. But you know what they said then? We wanted to integrate. They wanted to go to the white businesses back then. So now here we are fighting for the same world your great-grandfather had. Now you want it. Now you desperately want a world where you have a black doctor, a black hospital, a Latino doctor, a Latino hospital, a Latino store to go to. Now you're sitting there on the internet like, boy, if we only could have the very thing that we used to have and we didn't want at all. That is what they had in Israel. They were living in Jerusalem. Do you understand me? Which means what? That was a completely black and Latino nation with their own language, with their own laws that they got from Moses, with their own customs, their own money. Everyone would come around and look at what Solomon built, and they would be in awe of it. They had it. And you know what they wanted? To be Romans. That's what they wanted. They would rather be a Roman. They would rather be a Greek. Jesus Christ said this: there are people that are going to come from the east and the west, and they're going to come here wanting what you have. And the children of the kingdom, you who were born here, you're sitting right here, you could care less about this kingdom. That's the point. This precept is about the religious leadership, the rich people who could care less that they had such a treasure given to them by God, and people like us in Harlem, in Chicago, in Nashville, in Killeen, Texas, now fighting to go get back something that our grandfathers squandered. That's what it's about. Everyone understands. Is there anything else?
Come on. Baltimore, I believe, has a question.
Give B more a hand. I'm ready, Baltimore. Can I hear him? If you don't mind, the chaser, I appreciate you. You see that little
question at the moment, so slightly.
Oh, a dash of that sour at the back, if you don't mind. In the, please. Go ahead, please, Baltimore.
Sluggy, General, we didn't have a question at the moment, sir.
Apologies. All right, let's go here.
We got a question in the chat. Brother says, Salaki, sir, if I may, can I get a breakdown of 1 Corinthians 14 and 14? My brother is a Pentecostal Christian and believes it's speaking God's tongue, the Ashkala Baba people.
All right, Ashkala Baba. I know them well. I speak the same language. I speak Ashkala Baba too. Ashkala Baba. I know that language. I made it up just now, just like them. All right, let's hear it, please.
1 Corinthians 14 and 14. For if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prayeth, but my understanding is unfruitful.
Yeah, I mean, are Christians saying that this is speaking in tongues? Because if they're saying that, then they're saying that it's unfruitful to do it, because that's what it just said right there. More than likely, Christians don't even see that part when it says it is unfruitful to do it. The word unfruitful, gracias, means it's a waste of time doing it because it produces nothing. This is speaking about a language that no one understands but you. That's an unknown tongue, right? As you know, mi nombre es General Mahayman. Estoy al servicio de el General Johanna. Estoy aprendiendo español para ti. Los amo todos los latinos. I am trying to learn Spanish so I can speak to my brothers, the Latinos, and my sisters who I love. And I want to talk to them because I love them dearly, right? If I speak a language that no one understands, then although I'm speaking it and I like to learn it and I like to speak it, if no one knows what the hell I'm talking about, then it's simply indulgent of me to talk it, to speak. I'm just indulging myself. I'm just enjoying speaking a different language. But if no one hears it, then it produces nothing, because people have to understand speech for it to matter, which is what this precept is saying. So if the Christian is using this, then the Christian is saying that speaking in Christian tongues doesn't matter, because that's what this just said. I'll read it one more time. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 14 and 14. For if I pray in an unknown tongue, my spirit prayeth, but my understanding is unfruitful.
So if I speak in a tongue or pray in a tongue that no one understands, it's unknown because no one understands it. You just might need, a tongue is a language, all right? Here's what you have to do. Speaking in tongues in church is not a tongue because it is not a language. Babbling is not a language, right? It's not a language at all. For it to be a tongue, it has to be a language. Spanish is a language. Greek is a language. Latin is a language. English is a language. French is a language. Babbling is not a language at all. It's just babbling. Okay? An unknown language is a language that the people you're talking to don't know yet. If you speak it, then it's just you speaking it. It's your spirit. It's you indulging yourself in the joy of speaking another language, but it does nothing for the people that have to hear it. That's the point. All right. Anything else?
So General Q put Proverbs 4 and 7.
Please.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding.
Oh, that's a precept, General Q. Well said. Give him a hand. He knows what he's talking about. This ain't his first day doing this. Yes. That's the whole point of this whole thing is to learn, right? Like, that's the point of this, to learn. So if you're talking gibberish and no one learns from it, what in the hell is the point of doing it? Oh, I know why you do it. The show. That's why you do it. The stupid show that the Christian church actually is, that Sunday service is. The entertainment factor. Remember that term entertainment when I go into Puff Diddy later. Please. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in that room, you just did just a bunch of.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm gonna see it real quick. I mean, they just want to just going on. What? Wait,
No problem. Let's get it.
When I'm listening to it, I said, "Nah."
Whoa.
And they was dead set serious. So I'm about to send it to. I started now to pray.
Hardcore.
This is what they do in the church. When I used to be in the church, what they used to do.
Yikes.
I be looking at them like,
That's the tongue. That's the tongue.
tell me what they saying.
Of course not. The one when he gets it, we'll go into it. First time hearing anything like that. That is hardcore. Like, it is some evil demonic mess happening in that Christian church. Oh, but we're the cult, right? Right. We're crazy. Since 1995, I got to be called crazy, and I'm in a cult. Okay. All right then. Shamala, let's keep going.
Sir, there's a couple of comments in the chat that would love to break down on your shirt.
I forgot what I had on. Well, thank you. Clap it up. Speaking of that, let me just give you the breakdown of this shirt. But you reminded me of another thing I needed to talk about today, besides my shirt, is if you're wondering what's smelling so good in here tonight, you guessed it, it's me. I'm what's smelling so good in this room right now. And I tell you why, because I got a shipment today from Captain Tazar Yacht. Give him a hand. Let me tell you something. Listen, I don't know if you received a shipment from Captain Tazar Yacht. You know it before you open it. Listen, one of my ribs handed me the bag. She said, "It's from Tazar Yacht." It was unopened. I said, "You sure right it is." I mean, it's like a treat just to receive it because it smells so good. It's going to make your mail smell good. Mail is going to smell good. All the mail smelled good that day. I opened it up. Captain Tazar Yacht sent me the aerosol bottle of Cookie Master, the lotion of Cookie Master, and the roll-on bottle of Cookie Master. It is a beautiful scent. It is my personal favorite scent. Currently, I love it. Captain Tazar Yacht gave it to me. If you're wondering who's smelling good, you guessed it, it's me. Clap it up. No problem. You know why it's called Cookie Master. Do I need to go into that? Everybody's grown in here, right? All right, then you know. Anything else?
Your shirt, sir.
Oh, the shirt. Salaki again. The shirt. The shirt is monogamy is adultery, correct? Monogamy is adultery. Give me the precept. Say, whosoever leave his woman and get another one. I think the one. No, I think you're right. The one where Christ said it. I think that's the one I was referring to. But that one is fine. But I think I was referring to the one with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ made it clear. I believe earlier I was trying to teach you in class earlier that we could not keep the law, though the law was written down, we didn't understand the law. Jesus Christ taught us how to keep the law, right? He taught us how to do it. Jesus Christ explained how we could not be adulterous. For years, people just couldn't do it because people hated each other so much that Moses gave them the right to leave their wife because it was a better alternative than what they would do otherwise. So Moses said, just go ahead and break up. Give her a bill of divorce and leave her. But then Jesus Christ said in the beginning, it was not so. That's not what God intended from the beginning.
Right.
He didn't want you to leave each other. And then Jesus Christ explained what adultery is. I'll take that, whoever has the microphone.
The one where he said, this is Matthew 5:32, sir. I started 31. It says, it had been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery.
That's a perfect one, but give me one even more precise. Give me the one where he said, whosoever leaveth his wife and marry another. That one. That's in the New Testament as well. I'll explain it while the brother's finding it, all right?
I have it, sir.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew 19:9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another.
Stop, read again.
Whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another.
Now, for those of you who don't know, when you have sex with someone, that's marriage.
That's right.
Sex is marriage. So all the people in your life that you thought you were hooking up with, all the people you thought you were their boyfriend or their girlfriend, or you were dating, you were married to those people. Now, you might not have given it any weight because society doesn't, but you absolutely have the scars of past sexual relationships.
That's right.
Don't you? People try to act like a wedding ring is the only real bond. That's not where babies come from, sweetie. Babies don't come from rings. Babies come from sex. That's not where AIDS comes from. AIDS doesn't come from rings. It comes from sex. That's not where trauma comes from. Trauma doesn't come from a ring. Trauma comes from sex. That's not where a bond comes from. A bond doesn't come from a ring. Bond comes from sex. Why? Because sex is marriage. And the Bible is telling you that if you have a woman, if you have a wife, and you leave her and marry another. Now I'm going to ask the chat room. If you already have a woman, why would you leave her and marry another woman?
Right.
There's only one reason. Everyone knows the reason. And I would like to see, what's that cat who had a fresh mouth earlier?
Oh, Simon.
Simon. I would like Simon to tell me, if you have a woman, why would you leave that woman and marry another woman? Simon has done this. He's had a girlfriend he had sex with and then left her for another woman. He's been in love with a woman. But then after a while, what begins to happen? See, you're not happy anymore, Ephraim. Now I'm not happy with her anymore. We're just not happy anymore. But this new woman, oh, she makes you so happy. Oh, the bells and whistles and birds are chirping when you see her. You leave this woman and you now start a new relationship with the other woman. If you already have a woman, why would you leave her and get another woman? Just give me the answer. It's the obvious answer. It's right in front of your face. It's why your mother left your father. It's why your father left your mother. It's why you left your baby's father. It's why you left your baby's mother. It's the reason. It's how society works. Who has the answer? I'll give him a few seconds and I gotta go. Ephraim, how about you as a doctor? You know? You better think on it. You better think. There's only one reason. Ephraim, no go? I'll give it to you. Monogamy. You have to know that.
That's it. It's all right. It's right in front of you.
You remember, monogamy is the mono means one, like a monopoly, right? One. You can only have one woman. So because I can only have one woman, I have to leave this wife to marry another. I have to, because it would be wrong. It would be totally unethical. And in America, illegal to keep them both. I saw the entire country fight for gay rights. Oh, they were on the steps of the Supreme Court.
That's
with
right.
Signs and banners, and they cheered because now in America, gays have the right to marry. There is no law on who you can love. I heard that for 2 years.
Yep.
There is no law on who you can love. Love should not be legislated. You should have the right to love whoever you want. Now gays can marry. There's still one kind of love that is legislated. There is still one kind of love that is absolutely illegal in America, and you will be arrested if you marry more than one woman.
That's right.
If you marry 2 women, it is illegal today, right now. You cannot get a marriage license with more than one woman. So what do I have to do then? I have to leave the first one and marry the second one. Jesus Christ said that is adultery.
That's right.
It's in the Bible. Read it one more time.
Sir. Matthew 19:9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
There's only one reason that you are biblically allowed to leave your woman, and that's if she commits an act of unlawful sex. If your woman is a lesbian, you can leave her. She goes out and she has sex with other women, simply acting out her childhood sexual trauma. If she does that, you can leave her. If she has sex with another man, if she's a child molester, you can leave her. If she has unlawful sex, you are free to leave your woman. Keep going.
And shall marry another.
I need the accept part one more.
Sir. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except.
Read it again.
Except.
Read it again.
Except.
You see, accept is a heavy word right there.
That's right.
I just named you the reasons that you could leave her, which is unlawful sex. But there's a lot of reasons that you can't leave her. You can't leave her because she has a big mouth.
Right.
You can't leave a woman because she talks too much. You can't leave a woman. I'm reticent about saying this, but I don't care if you like it or not. But I just feel like I should care more about what you don't like. but I know I should. You ever struggle with that?
Right,
I don't want to say this.
Right,
I always wish I didn't want to say things, but I always want to say things. And then well, maybe that's wrong.
It ain't wrong. No, you good.
Here's what I want to tell you. What is wrong with brothers that you have to leave a woman because she doesn't give you peace? Why do you need peace?
Right.
What is that? I don't even know what that is when I hear brothers say, she's taking away my peace. Who gives the F about peace? What do you got a woman for? For tranquility? You know who you can get peace with, right? Your homies, your brothers. Your brothers you play video games with and drink a brew with. A woman is supposed to be different than you. A woman comes with friction that is beautiful. That is part of the relationship. And the whole, you're going to leave this woman. Why? Because I just can't get any peace. Oh, my goodness. You know what you can get? There's another P word that you do get. I'll take that one. You can keep your peace. Who needs it? What do you need? You need peace from a woman? She wants to argue, argue then. What's your problem? You can't argue? She want to argue with her. Argue all night. Are you telling me a woman can out-argue you with your voice and your deep voice and your testosterone? And are you telling me you could fight every day in jail, but you can't argue with a woman in your house? Brother, if I was you, I would stop whatever this is that creates more reasons that you think you have the right to leave a wife. And now you can leave a wife simply because I just can't get any peace. What do you need, a bubble bath? Be a effing man. Peace. I don't need peace from a woman. I need that other P thing. That other thing. You give me that, Hell, the fighting, the arguing, whatever we do is just foreplay. A lot of you women out there, you ain't have sex with a UPK man yet. A lot of you out there, I can tell. You gotta start having sex with a UPK brother. If the UPK man,
Damn right. Damn
that's
right.
the problem. You see, you having sex with these cats in the world, and they need peace. They need you to just come in there and just give them a massage and just, baby, I did peace for my day. Brothers in the UPK don't need peace. They need the other P word.
Right.
And you need to start having sex with men in the UPK. It's a whole different kind of sex. Brothers in the UPK don't have foreplay. They have 12 play. For the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. They have 12 play. They don't have foreplay. And brothers in the UPK, they don't do 69. They do 1969.
That's right.
In the UPK. That's a whole different thing than 69. I can't even really tell you what that is. That varies from brother to brother. 1969 is a sexual position. Who knows what it is? It varies from brother to brother. They don't do 69. They do 1969.
That's right.
They don't need peace. They need you to be a woman with all of the flavor and texture and the thing that you cannot get from a male friendship that women can provide you. That's not a value. So this woman has to really just be your homeboy. That's what she has to be.
Mm-hmm.
You marry a woman, she can't be a woman. She has to be a homie that you play video game. You wish the bitch would just sit down and pick up a controller, don't you? You wish she would just sit down, bring you a beer and pick up a controller and play next to you. She's a woman. She's not a homie. Young brother, I would probably forget about all that peace garbage and worry about the other P word, because that they have in abundance.
Right.
Everyone understands. You're creating a reason to leave her. That's all you're doing. She doesn't give me peace. And guess what? The new woman, she's going to give you peace, isn't she? The new woman is just, she's going to bring so much peace to your life. She's going to be so peaceful. She's full of peace. She's going to drive you crazy in a year. But you can't keep them both. So you leave the one that's taking away your peace. You leave the one with the mouth. You leave the one who argues to get the brand new woman who I'm sure will do none of those things.
Right.
That's adultery. This is what you have to do, young brothers. Cheat on her. Cheat on that woman. I'm using that term to break you out of the bondage of that it's wrong, because you think it's right to leave her and get another woman, but you think it's wrong to cheat on her. Cheat on her.
Right.
What do I mean by that? Keep both of them.
That's right.
Both of them. In your mind, you'll be telling yourself, "Oh, I'm cheating on her." No, you're not. You're not. Just tell her. Just tell her, I'm getting another woman. I've talked to her. I've vetted her. We went out and gotten blood tests. I've made sure in every way. I'm not a man that is simply having sex for lust. I'm not doing that. I'm in the UPK. I don't take on marriage for lust. And then before you know it, this woman will look at you. The same woman who left her ex because he cheated on her will stay with you, and you have 3 women.
That's right.
She'll stay with you because she'll see that you are not that kind of man, that you make better decisions. Cheat on your woman. Don't leave her. Cheat on her. Break the ice in your mind of that you can't cheat, so you have to leave her, because there are so many sad sisters right now who are alone simply because their husband couldn't deal with cheating on her. He couldn't do it. And he damn sure didn't want to keep losing his peace.
Right.
He wanted to get rid of her to get a new woman. And guess what he's going to do in 1 year? He's going to leave the new woman as well. Adultery is monogamy. Monogamy is adultery. If you are leaving a woman so that you can have another woman, that is adultery. By definition, it's not ambiguous. It's right in front of you. The captain will read it one more time, and then I'll move on.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
That's it. Cheat on her, and you will not have committed adultery. You keep both of them. You fall in love. Hey, I know you're a young man. You fall in love sometimes. I get you. I understand. You're sweet on that new girl down at your job. I understand. Well, if you do get sweet on someone, You have to keep both of them because monogamy is adultery. All right, next.
Yes, sir. Brother asked Salaki Adawan if you could allot me a breakdown on Mark 12 and 23 through 25 to wide in advance.
No problem, warrior. You got it.
Mark 12 and 23. Mm-hmm. In the resurrection, therefore, when they shall rise, whose wife shall she be of them? Mm-hmm. For the 7 had her to wife.
This is a reincarnation battle. Jesus Christ was battling, I believe, the Pharisee or the Sadducee. Who was it? Which one? Both or one? You're right. The Sadducee did not believe in resurrection or what we call today reincarnation. So they believed they could cut him or confound him with this scenario from the law. There is the law of a brother in the Bible, in the Old Testament, which means if a man has a woman and he dies before he can raise up a child with her or a son with her, which is called seed in the Bible, then her brother will marry the widow of his brother and raise up seed in his name, right? So your brother is killed. He has a wife, but he is killed for some reason before he has a son with her. The law dictates that a good brother will marry his brother's widow and then have a son with her and name that son after his dead brother. That's the law of a brother, all right? So based on that law, they went to Jesus Christ to try to confound him with this. Go ahead and read it.
Yes, sir. Verse 24. And Yahushua answering said unto them, do ye not therefore err, because ye know not the scriptures, neither the power of God?
Okay, let me give him a scenario. The scenario is you got 7 brothers. The eldest brother marries a woman. He dies before he has a son. After that, the next brother marries her. He dies before he has a son. Then the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Now, in this reincarnation that you are teaching about, in this resurrection that we keep hearing you talk about, who does this woman belong to? And Jesus Christ said, what again?
Do ye not therefore err, because ye know not the scriptures?
You're erring because you don't know the scriptures. You're making a mistake because you don't know the Bible. You don't know the law. You don't know the word of God. That's why you're asking me this question. Continue.
Neither the power of God.
And you don't know God's power. That's why you're asking me this question. You don't know his authority over the reincarnation, over the resurrection. That's why you're asking me this question. Go ahead.
For when they shall rise from the dead.
For when they are resurrected, when they are reincarnated, go ahead.
They neither marry nor are given in marriage.
They don't marry and they're not given in marriage, meaning what? They are not bound by some contract from a former life when they are reincarnated. They don't marry and they're not given in marriage. So when you are reincarnated, you don't come back and say, oh, well, in a former life, you were married to this person, so now you have to be married to them now. Oh, in a former life, your father promised that you'd be married to this person, so now you have to be married to them now. That is not how reincarnation works. When you come back the way God wants you to come back. You don't come back bound to some contract made in a former life. So many of you fake Israelites, you think you're Paul in the reincarnation. I've had to battle you throughout the years, and it is the most ridiculous battle to be in. To battle. Listen, one time, there was this group named GMS. Lord have mercy, that was a stupid battle to be in. The GMS cat was talking about Commanding General Yohana. And I forget who they were even saying Commanding General Yohana was. But I know the head of GMS said he was Paul. And they said that Commanding General Yohana was like Ahab or some evil king in the Bible. And he was cutting General Yohana by cutting the king, meaning, look at you, General Yohana, you went and gave the covenant to the Moabites. I said, what in the F is he talking about? You understand? It's hard to even, I'm going to try to explain it to you. Imagine if I'm saying you're Goliath, and I go, look at you, Shema wa Allah, you went in there and got killed by David. You went in there and David hit you with that rock, Shema wa Allah. That's what he was saying. I was like, what is he talking about? Look at me. I'm the one that taught the Gentiles. General Yohana, what'd you do? You went there and thought you, because you were such a giant, you could fight David. I said, is this cat schizophrenic? Is he a lunatic? Does he think he can say that because he thinks General Yohana is someone from the Bible, he'll chastise the cat in the Bible and just attribute it to General Yohana? That group is gone. They're not here anymore because they used to allegedly PDF little children. Allegedly. Yeah, and promoted it and taught it. They're gone. You can't look at what someone did in a former life and then attribute it to tying it to them in this life, especially when you're wrong and you don't know who the hell anyone is in a former life because you're a drug addict. Everyone understands. They are, when they come back, they're not married or given in marriage. They're all coming back and they're going to be where God wants them to be. They're going to do what God wants them to do based on his judgment. That's why he's saying you err not knowing the scriptures. Because when you come back in the reincarnation, you're going to come back in the condition that God puts you in based on his judgment. That's what the Old Testament says. That he will return the evil of them that hate him upon the third and the fourth generation of them that hate him. He's going to come do to you what he decides to do to you. He's not going to now say, well, I want to destroy him, but he's scheduled to be married to this sister, so I can't do that. God is going to do with you what he will do with you because he's the Most High, and this life is for punishment or reward based on a past life. Continue.
But are as the angels which are in heaven.
But are as the what?
As the angels which are in heaven.
But are what? They are angels. Is that what you said? You said they are. They come back as angels. Is that what you said?
But are as the angels.
But you mean that they are angels.
But are as the angels.
You see, as angels would mean they're definitely not angels. Right. That's what that term means. That's why you need to take that one step into school instead of sitting home thinking you can't obey the law, because you'd understand this form of speech right here. Right. If I say he acts like a dog, then there's only one thing he's not: a dog. Because I could say a horse acts like a dog. I could say a fish acts like a dog. I could say a cat acts like a dog, but I cannot say a dog acts like a dog. You understand? That's the only thing you cannot be. So if it says they shall be as the angels, the only thing that they are not is angels, because they are like angels or as angels. So then how are we like angels in the reincarnation? We come back doing God's will. He wanted you to be born in that project apartment. He wanted you to be born to that mother, to that father, in that neighborhood. That was God's judgment. He's not bound by some contract that your mother made in a former life or your father made. You're going to be born in a situation that he wants you in, just like an angel, doing God's will. Everyone understands. Next, please, Proximo.
Sir, brother Chavez asks, greetings, General. Can I please get a breakdown of Galatians 3 and 12?
Absolutely, Chavez. No problem.
Galatians chapter 3 and verse 12. And the law is not of faith, but the man that doeth them shall live in them.
The law is not of faith, meaning what? I'm going to take it back to drunk driving. All right. I could hate the law about drunk driving and still not drive drunk. I could disagree with the law about wearing a seatbelt and still put on my seatbelt, which is mostly all of you now, right? The white man, this is how people don't care about life and don't care about saving the lives of people. Cars have to have a beep to make you wear that seatbelt. That car is going to beep you insane. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, you be like, what the hell's that sound? God damn it, I got to put on my seatbelt. Why did the white man even need to make that beep in a car? Right. Shit, who you telling? That thing, you sitting there like, what is that sound? God, it's me. I'm the dancer. Well, he knows that you don't care about living. You don't care about, getting thrown through that glass. He has to put a beep in the car. Why? Because the law about wearing a seatbelt is not of faith. You don't have to believe in it to do it. You just have to do it. That's the law. You don't have to really believe in it to do it. But if you do it, you're going to live. If you put on that seatbelt, regardless of whether or not you believe in it, when you get in a car crash, you have a better chance to survive. You're going to live. Right? That's the law. The law is not about faith. The law is about doing it, performing it, putting on your seatbelt, not leaving your wife, even though you're getting another wife, not eating pork. You could love shrimp and want shrimp. As long as you never eat shrimp, you're going to live. Do you understand? That's what this precept is talking about. The law has nothing to do with belief. The law is about performance. It's about doing it. Everyone understands?
Yes, sir.
Keep going. Is there more?
That was the verse.
Solid. Next.
Officer Ibaja had a question, a breakdown of Matthew 26, verse 51 and 52, and is it a precept for Revelations 9 and 13?
Solid. Go ahead.
Matthew 26 and 51. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Then said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword in his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Yeah, this is something that someone should have read for Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump can read so well, but someone should have read this for him, because he that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. I was laughing this week because I hear myself saying sword, and I know that's from UPK. That is a UPK thing to do, because brothers back in Harlem said sword. And so now I still say sword. I mean, who cares? Sword. All right. Whosoever lives by the sword shall die by the sword. Meaning, if you're going to make your living hurting people, then you're going to be hurt. And every ICE agent should understand that. You should understand that. Read it one more time from the top.
Matthew 26 and 51. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword.
So this is when the guards of the Pharisee, I believe, is that who Jesus Christ? The guards of the Pharisee came to arrest Jesus Christ. Peter came and pulled out a sword and cut the ear off of the guard of the Pharisee, because he was good with that thing. Good with it. And when he did it, this is what happened. Go ahead.
Then said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword into his place.
He said, take your sword and put it in this place. Meaning, he pulled the sword out, cut the ear off. Jesus Christ stopped him and told him to put his sword back in its place. Keep going.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Peter thought something that Donald Trump thinks that white society in general believes. They believe that their salvation is in their ability to kill. The problem is they don't realize something about themselves that the oppressed people of this world do realize. Not only do white people have the ability to kill, they derive great pleasure from killing. Great pleasure from it. And so in their mind, they're defending themselves. They're stopping drugs. They're stopping illegal immigrants. They're stopping crime. They don't know that they love to kill people. They love it. And that joy that they derive from hurting people is what is actually going to hurt them. That's what this precept is about. You can't just have a desire to harm people and believe that you're actually protecting people. That's what so many police have. The police think that they're protecting and serving. So they plant drugs on people. So they harm people. So they strangle people. All in their mind, they're thinking, I'm bearing this sword for protection. No, you're not. You're not. You are bearing that sword because you derive pleasure from hurting people. And that pleasure is what is going to hurt you. That's what this precept is about. All right. Anything else?
Sir, that's all on that.
Solid.
Brother asks, Shalom, my Lord, with your grace, can I get a breakdown on 2nd Ezra 6 and 21?
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Salahi, sir. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up.
Okay, read it one verse above it, please.
Verse 19. And will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
One more verse. I can't catch the context.
Verse 18. And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
Okay, keep going.
And to make inquisition, and I will begin to make inquisition of them.
Keep going.
What they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness.
Yeah, this is the term inquisition in this context means like a questioning. He's going to begin to question you, to examine you, to see who you have hurt unrightfully. Right? This is the time that we're in right now, and everyone should realize that. Everyone should watch their step. Everyone should be very careful about what they do. And if you are deriving pleasure from seeing ICE agents harm poor brothers and sisters who simply came to America for the same reason your forefathers came to America, then you should be very careful about how you treat them, because there's a time coming for an inquisition when the Most High God is going to require all of us to give him an answer about how we treated the least of us. Continue.
Yes, sir. And it, Salakia.
Please.
What they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness.
What they be who have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. That's what you see happening right now with ICE agents, with the police, with Donald Trump unaliving people on fishing boats in Venezuela. Let me tell Donald Trump something. I know he's stupid as the Lord is mighty and high, and he doesn't understand this. Drugs don't come in on fishing boats. They come in on giant tankers. That's what drugs come in here. Those giant tankers filled with those boxes. What are those called, Shemawala? Those big ships. The containers. What are those ships called that the containers coming on? Cargo ships. Drugs don't come into Miami on a fishing boat that could fit 5 people on the boat. Drugs come in on a cargo ship filled with containers. A portion of those containers are filled with drugs. Drugs don't come in. You're not going to end drugs by unaliving people on 5-person fishing boats coming from Venezuela. But you will distract people from the Epstein list. And you will unalive Latinos. White people love when Latinos are killed. They love it because it satisfies that insecurity in them that Latinos one day are going to take over the country. That's how Donald Trump got elected, because white people were terrified at the birth rates of Latinos in America. And they always thought that one day Latinos are going to supersede white people in America. Go research this theory that was a gigantically popular book by white people called Replacement Theory. And they believe that because Latinos have babies at such a high rate, higher than white people have babies, they thought the Latinos would replace them. And so they voted someone who unalive Latinos and hurt Latinos because white men are absolutely insecure sexually. You want to battle a white man? Get down to this. His sexual insecurity. His penis doesn't get hard, and a soft penis can't make babies. That's white men. That's the core of why they hate black people and Hispanics. It's what is deep in them. Their penis cannot get hard. Their penis does not want a woman. And a penis that doesn't want a woman, a flaccid penis, cannot make a child. The Latino penis is hard constantly all the time. And that's what makes little babies. Understand? Niños. That's what makes babies, right? And because of that, they want Latinos unalived. That's what they want. Here's the problem, white men. There's an inquisition coming. There's a time coming when everyone is going to be questioned. You so-called black people, you so-called Latinos, who have you hurt? Have you hurt your own people? Have you sided with ICE agents? Have you sided with someone who wanted to hurt your people because you have some filthy insecurity about a job or someone that talks a different language than you who is still your brother? An inquisition is coming. It's coming to see how you treated the people who were in need. Continue.
Sir. And when the world, or Salakia, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
Read that again.
And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
What does that term mean? When the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled? When the affliction of Zion is over. That's what fulfilled means. It's over. It's done. We are sent here to suffer for an amount of time. Until that time is over, we have grace. We have a period to get ourselves together before the affliction is over. We have a period of time, which is what grace is. Grace is a time period to get yourselves together, to get off of heroin and crack cocaine and marijuana and adultery, to get off of Christianity. We're under grace right now. But then there's a time coming when the affliction of Zion is speaking about Israel, when the affliction of Zion will be fulfilled. It has finished. We've suffered enough to get ourselves together. Being in America, being in Mexico, being in Venezuela, it's like prison. Being in a reservation, it's prison. We're here in prison. That's what waking up every day, Latino and Black is. You're suffering a punishment that is supposed to rehabilitate you. That's what the ghetto is for. That's what reservations and barrios are for. It's so terrible. It's so poor that it's supposed to make you get yourself together so that God can deliver you. Just like jail. Jail is a terrible place. The purpose of this terrible position you're in is to make you turn to rehabilitation so that you can be a better person. Because when you had all the money and all the freedom, you were more evil, more wicked, more drunken, more. So now you're put in a situation where you're poor, you're suffering, you're dying, to make you go, I need God's help in this situation. Well, when that is fulfilled, then it's time for an inquisition. Then we'll have to find out, who did you help or who did you hurt during that time? Continue.
And when the world that shall begin to vanish away.
Then the what?
When the world that shall begin to vanish away.
You see, this should tell you where this world comes from. The Bible says when the suffering of Zion has been fulfilled, the world shall begin to vanish away. What does that tell you about this world? This world would not exist without Zion suffering. That's why there is a New York. That's why there is a Chicago. That's why there is a Nicaragua, a Mexico, a Haiti, a France, a Quebec, a Canada. This world only exists to be a prison to make us suffer. That's what this place is. It's nothing else. Otherwise, there would be no suffering here. Let me tell you something now. There is no reason for there to be suffering on this planet Earth. No reason. I was sitting coming down here today, hearing about people talk about how the NFL, football and basketball, and they were talking about how the people that lose this year will get the #1 draft pick next year. Who knows what I'm talking about? This is in every sport. You know about this, Zadok? Oh my God. If you're the worst team in the NBA this year, you get the #1 draft pick next year. If you're the worst team in the NFL this year, you get the #1 pick next year. If you win the Super Bowl this year, you get the worst pick, the last pick in the NFL draft. If you're the best team in the NBA, you get the worst pick in the NBA draft. And I'm hearing them talking. I'm going, oh, so you white people do know how to make things fair. Oh, you do then. You know how to share the suffering. Don't you understand? The world could simply do what sports teams do. Whatever team has the highest, whatever race has the highest crime, the lowest amount of jobs, this report could get first pick of the jobs next year. First pick of all the government grants. First pick of all the government assistance next year. You know what that would happen? Before you know it, you have 1 year where they'll say the Chinese have the highest crime rates. The people from India got the highest crime rates. Black people have the least amount of crime because they have the most jobs this year. Before you know it, every race would have their off season. Every race would have a bad season. Every race. You go, man, my team, I'm from East India. I'm from Bangladesh. The people from India had the worst crime, the least amount of jobs last year. That means we're getting all the grants next year, all the jobs next year, first preference on government assistance. And then now, no one is the loser every year. How I know it? Because you don't know who's going to win the Super Bowl this year, do you? Why don't you? Anybody could win. Why could anyone win? Because they create a way to make equity, to make parity among every team by giving the worst teams the best choices and the best teams the worst choices. Why can't that happen in the ghetto? Why can't that happen in America? Why isn't it in America the best team who get all the money, all the choices, they rig the game to make sure they never lose? You know why that is? Because this world is not meant for the loser to ever win. Blacks and Latinos, we're the losers in this world. But in the next world, this world will vanish. It will go away. Because the whole purpose of this world is to keep you on the bottom, to keep you the loser. That's what oppression is. Continue.
Khan. Shall be finished.
Shall be what?
Shall be finished.
No more New York, no more Chicago, no more France, no more Canada, no more. Because our suffering is over. Continue.
Then will I show these tokens.
Oh, then he will show these tokens, these things that represent God, that represent his will. Continue.
The books shall be opened before the firmament.
Does he want all this broken down?
Come on, sir, this verse.
The book shall be open before the firmament. A firmament is like the ozone layer. So now the Most High God is opening the book. That is definitely important. Why? Because this book contains our inheritance. It's like reading your great-grandfather's will. You ever had the fantasy when you were young that you had a rich uncle? like white kids in the movies? Tons of you might have grew up in foster care. Kids in foster care, brother, in their mind, one day someone is going to knock on that door saying, I'm your rich uncle, here to rescue you and take you to a mansion. That's every poor child's fantasy, especially if you live in foster care, is that there is a will out there somewhere. And in this will, you get an inheritance. Well, that's the book that finally gets opened because our suffering is over. And now this world that was made for our suffering is over. Now the book is open. And now we get to read about what we should receive that we haven't been receiving. The riches, the wealth that we should receive that we haven't been getting because now the book is open. Continue.
Khan. And they shall see all together. And the children of a year old.
They shall do what?
They shall see all together.
You know what that means? Everyone sees it. Not a secret door. Oh, you're telling me that we should have controlled France, not the white man. We should have controlled Great Britain, not the white man. The North American Indians should have controlled America, not the white man. The Haitians should have controlled France, not the white man. Everyone will see it. Our inheritance is open. Everyone is a witness for what God has given us by inheritance. Continue.
And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices.
Keep going.
The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old.
Keep going.
And they shall live and be raised up.
Good Lord. I mean, what a beautiful precept. This precept is beautiful. And it's more beautiful if you understand the suffering that Blacks and Latinos are going through. Before I break this down, I want to tell you something, right? We have an epidemic in Black and Latino communities of illiteracy, autism, where our children, not only can they not read, they cannot talk. They cannot speak. Our children are stricken with mental illness at young ages. We also have an epidemic in the Black and Latino community of death during childbirth. Black and Latino women die during childbirth more than anyone on the planet. And here's the problem. A Black woman in America is dying of childbirth at a higher rate than a third world country in Africa, a country with no hospital, no health care, no prenatal system. That woman has a greater likelihood of surviving childbirth than Serena Williams. I'm using her name on purpose because she almost died. She almost died with every advantage from childbirth. Black and Hispanic women die during pregnancy. Their children do not survive. They have a higher rate of infant mortality than anyone on the planet. Now remember that, and then I'll show you what happens once our suffering is over. Read it again.
And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices.
A children of what?
A year old.
A child 1 year old can talk. Brother, there are children that are 7 years old that cannot talk. They're 7. They have autism. They're nonverbal. They cannot speak. And the rate is astronomical. If you go and research the numbers that I'm talking about, that I know and experience, it's an insane number to be in a country that is so wealthy, to have children that are so disabled that if the child is 7, the child is nonverbal. Do you understand when our suffering is over, a 1-year-old child will talk at 1. He'll be speaking. He'll be a witness to our inheritance at 1. Continue.
The women with child shall bring forth untimely children.
A woman with child that brings forth an untimely child. What's an untimely child? There's a word. Let a sister answer it.
Okay.
Because then she might understand the miracle, that milagro. What's the miracle here? What's an untimely child? There's a term that's used every day. I'll give you 10 seconds to drink this, and then I'll answer. Premature. An untimely child is a premature child.
The sister said it in the chat.
She said it. Who said it?
Princess Kanawa.
Princess Kanawa. Give her a hand. Yeah. If you've ever had a premature child, their life is hanging and dying every day. Every day. Every day you don't know if they're going to make it. And once they do make it, the chances of them being normal, having a normal life, are grave. The Bible is saying that once our suffering is over, once there's an inquisition, a 1-year-old child will talk instead of having autism. A premature child, a child that was not born at 9 months, born at 5 months, 7 months. Brother, I've seen babies so little like this, just like this. And I'm not exaggerating, like this. And they're kept in an incubator and tubes on them, and they're just fighting that this child could be alive. Forget about whether or not the child might actually be able to talk and read and thrive. The Bible is saying that an untimely child, a premature child, keep going.
And they shall live.
And they shall what?
And they shall live.
And they shall what?
And they shall live.
And they shall what?
And they shall live.
That is what it's at stake. This is why Commanding General Yana formed these schools. This is it. We are right now the permanent losers of this game. We're having more premature children than anyone, more drug addiction than anyone, more autism than anyone, more failures, more poverty than anyone. What is at stake here? Victory is at stake. victory? Or will we be perpetual losers to this game every cycle, every election, every day? Or will the day come when our 1-year-olds will not have autism, but they'll speak, they'll talk? When our premature children will live, they'll live. Continue.
And be raised up.
They'll live. And they'll be raised up, and they'll be beautiful. A child that you thought could not make it will make it once this world fades away, once our suffering is over. This is what is at stake. This is why you can't smoke cigarettes. This is why you can't smoke weed. This is why you can't eat pork and you can't eat shrimp and you can't go to church, because victory is at stake. And if we do not get victory, we will forever be the losers. Is there anything else?
Sir, you touched on it a few times. Might be a good time to go into your topic.
Whenever you want to. Give me a hand.
Come, sir. Since this is what Pete Hegseth was posting on his social media, making light of everything.
Jesus Christ. He posted that on social media?
Yes, sir.
Oof. Oh shit, just one finger. I apologize.
So here's Congressman Jim Hines speaking on the.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service. Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors. What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things.
I mean, let me tell you something. I would pray that even white people would understand that Donald Trump and his administration are preying upon and capitalizing upon the worst of your personality. That part in white people that Donald Trump capitalizes on is your base nature. And I would hope that every white man would stand against it. Every white woman should stand against it. I know my people, and I know the things that my people are susceptible to. I know that people like Puff Daddy and someone else capitalizes on the flaw in my people, and I know they profit from it. Well, there's a flaw in white people that Donald Trump is making merchandise of. Donald Trump is using white people because he knows that your base nature is to enjoy hurting people. White people have Schadenfreude. They have that. Look up that term. It is the pleasure derived from hurting people. It is what is in the base core of white people. They love killing. They enjoy it. They've enjoyed it from Esau, who was a cunning hunter in the Bible, who loved nothing better than hurting someone and in killing someone. Pete Hegseth, after he's being accused of committing a war crime, an act of murder, today during this class, he put on his website, Franklin killing someone, making light of it because he enjoys it. And for my white friends out there, he knows you enjoy it. He knows you love it too. He knows that there are white people, and there's enough of you out there that will simply derive the pleasure from hurting someone enough to excuse him of a war crime. He knows you'll do it. He knows that's why he is attacking Latinos, because he knows you'll forgive him for the Epstein Island if you can hurt Latinos, if you can do it. Keep going.
Come on. This is when this all started. Someone responded to J.D. Vance, a journalist responded to J.D. Vance on Twitter saying, killing cartel members who poison our fellow citizens is the highest and best use of our military. The journalist responded and said, killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime. And you can see what J.D. Vance responded to him.
Okay, someone, Brian Crastine, says killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime. J.D. Vance says, I don't give a shit what you call it. White people, Commander General Yohana has been trying to teach you about yourself since 1969. White people, I don't think you know this about yourself. You love killing people. You love it. You enjoy it. It makes you happy to kill people. And you elected Donald Trump president to satisfy that urge in you that can only be satisfied by hurting someone. And that's why he's president. Let me tell you something else about yourself that you don't want to face. You know what Donald Trump does for every white man? Donald Trump gives every white man the joy that a mass shooter feels. Donald Trump does that for you. White men want to commit an act of mass shooting. They want to do a school shooting. They love it. They love video games that are about them just mowing down zombies and killing zombies and killing people. That's their games. That's how they derive pleasure. Every white man loves killing people. Donald Trump is allowing you to feel the pleasure of being a mass shooter. You're getting to enjoy it. You're getting to live vicariously through the Navy SEALs, through the Special Forces units who just kill everyone in the boat. That video footage of them killing those Venezuelan boats is just like a video game. Go watch it. It's like you see the boat, boom, boom, and you're killing everybody on the boat. You want to be a mass shooter, and you get to live it out. You get to live out your fantasy of doing a school shooting through Donald Trump, through J.D. Vance, because all of you want to do school shootings. All of you want to do mass killings. All of you want to kill everyone in the mall. All of you want to kill everyone in the high school. Donald Trump is allowing you to feel the feeling of being a mass shooter, and that's why you elected him. And he's killing the people that you want dead the most, Latinos. The people you are so afraid of, the people that your penis is so inferior to, and you enjoy it. Every white man wants to be a mass shooter, wants to be a school shooter. Donald Trump knows it. J.D. Vance knows it, and they're allowing you to have the pleasure. Continue.
They just released another one of those videos during this class, if you want to.
Go ahead.
There's a clip of Senator Gallego from Arizona speaking on this.
Please.
Says these strikes are consistent with international law. Do you agree with that?
No, it's murder. It's very simple. If this president feels that they're doing something illegally, then he should be using the Coast Guard. If this is an act of war, then you use our military, and then you come and talk to us first. But this is murder. It's sanctioned murder that he is doing that. And it's very simple for someone like him to talk about killing people or doing something in the name of war. He's never actually served. He's never actually pulled a trigger. And it's very dangerous what he's doing, both to our international relations, to our friends down in South America, and to these men and women that have to make these calls for a president who has zero understanding about the responsibility someone has when it comes to having to make life and death decisions. It's disgusting what he's doing.
Trump is a 3-time draft dodger. 3 times he dodged the Vietnam draft. Donald Trump has done nothing to China after China, according to him, sent the COVID-19 virus to America from a laboratory in Wuhan, China, which means they know the laboratory. They know where it is. They have not bombed that laboratory. They have not attacked that laboratory, because this is not about fighting a war. Donald Trump does not want to fight a war. Donald Trump wants to just murder people. If he attacks China, he'd be in a war with China. China would attack back. And China, the people from China are not Latinos. And they're not the threat that the Latinos are. He just wants to kill brown people. He just wants to kill the Latinos because the Latinos are the chosen people of God. Sons and daughters of God. hijos y hijas of God, de Dios. And he wants to kill them because that makes white people happy to do that. Anything else?
Sir, is Megyn Kelly.
Do you kind of not only want to see them killed in the water, whether they're on the boat or in the water, but I'd really like to see them suffer. I would like Trump and Hegseth to make it last a long time so that they lose a limb and bleed out a little. Like, I'm really having a difficult time ginning up sympathy for these guys.
This is white people. There's an inquisition coming. There's an inquisition coming for how you treated the less fortunate, for how you treated the poor people of this world. These people who are being murdered on these fishing boats have not been convicted of anything at all. They've not been taken to court. Even the ones who survived the attack, you know, the Coast Guard could have come and picked those people up and questioned them and took them to court. Instead, the military killed them in the water because they don't want to question them. You want me to tell you why? Because they're not drug dealers. That's why they killed their witnesses, because they're not drug dealers at all. They're people fishing. People who have to fish, because if they don't fish, they die. They have to go out in those waters. Can you imagine who would actually go out in those waters in Venezuela when they know the United States is killing everyone from the sky who has a boat in those waters? Drug dealers aren't doing it because drug dealers are bringing their drugs to America on a cargo ship. You think there's refrigerators in that shipping container? It's full of drugs. Those fishing boats are fishermen who have to do it because that's their only way to survive, is to fish. And Donald Trump is just committing an act of murder, and it's making white people happy because Megyn Kelly enjoys killing people. Megyn Kelly would be a mass shooter if Donald Trump didn't satisfy her lust. She would go into a mall and kill everyone in the mall, Megyn Kelly. She would go into a high school and kill everyone in that high school. That's what Megyn Kelly would do. But Donald Trump is satisfying her lust for murder every day. Continue.
Sir, and this is what Trump said today.
If it is found that survivors were actually killed while clinging onto that boat, should Secretary Hegseth, Admiral Bradley, or others be punished?
I think you're going to find that this is war, that these people were killing our people by the millions, actually, if you look over a few years. I think last year we lost close to 300,000 people were killed. That's not mentioning all the families. Have you seen what happens with the families of not only the people killed, the people that are trying to get their son or their daughter off of this poison that they've been fed? I think you're going to find that there's a very receptive ear to doing exactly what they're doing, taking out those boats.
There is.
Very
Did everyone hear that part? He said, I think you'll find there's a very receptive ear to doing what they're doing. Donald Trump knows white people. He knows you. He knows you love killing. He knows how to give you what you want. You love killing people. Megyn Kelly just said it. I want to see him suffer. I want to see him bleed out in the water. You white people are monsters, and you must be encaged. You must be imprisoned. You have to be put in check because you are all mass shooters, all of you. All of you. Even Megyn Kelly. Keep going and let me know when you're done.
Come on, sir. That's all on that.
So now I believe that answered my question. Here's my first question I needed to answer for you tonight. Of course, the Epstein files have not been released, right? No one knows who's on the Epstein list, even though Congress voted to release the Epstein files, right? Well, are they released? No, they're not released. And no one cares because Latinos are being barbecued in Venezuela because they're killing Latinos. And that is making everyone happy. Everyone is satisfied. Everyone feels like, I know what a mass shooter feels like. My president is letting me feel the feeling of a school shooter. I love it. Don't worry about the Epstein files. Why does the Epstein file distraction work? Because the Epstein file distraction is the murdering of Latinos, and the murdering of Latinos is more important than catching people who molest and harm children. That's why it works. And every time there's a story that comes out about the Epstein files, Donald Trump is going to hurt a Latino, hurt a black person, and then everyone will say we're satisfied with that. That's why the Epstein distraction works, because white people have an urge to be a school shooter, and Donald Trump satisfies that urge. Is there any more? Do I need to get more on this topic, or do I need Puff Daddy?
Last, sir, we got a couple other clips in between if you want.
Let me hear what you got. Go ahead.
Really crazy stuff that's happened in the past, like
Joe Rogan,
like the Demean, Arkansas cocaine situation.
I haven't heard of that. What is
You
that?
didn't, know about the Barry Seals story? I did a movie about it with Tom Cruise. In fact, in the movie, Tom Cruise actually gets arrested for smuggling cocaine, and Bill Clinton gets him off. They call Bill Clinton. He gets arrested in Arkansas. They call Bill Clinton, and they have him dead to rights. And, he's joking around with the cops saying, I'd like to buy you guys all Cadillacs and stuff like that. And they're like, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. He goes, no, she's going to get a phone call, and I'm going to walk right out of here. And it turned out to be exactly how it happened. Barry Seal was flying drugs from South America and dropping them off in Mena, Arkansas, and then they would go and pick them up in the woods. 2 kids were hanging out in the woods, and they witnessed it accidentally. They were murdered. And then the official story was they had done drugs, and they laid down, fell asleep on train tracks. The parents funded an autopsy, and the autopsy showed that they'd been stabbed multiple times. And then it turns out that there's a long history of this guy, Barry Seals, who's a CIA operative, who was flying in cocaine, dropping it off in Mena, Arkansas, all known about by the Clintons. Everybody was aware of it. And he had been funneling this money, and they were using it probably for black ops, similar to what they did with the Contras in Sandinista. He winds up going to testify, gets murdered on his way to the trial with George Bush's phone number in his pocket. The whole story is like completely crazy. And then you find out the...
Stop. If you ever wondered what America's actual stance is on drugs, all you need to look up is Ronald Reagan during the Iran-Contra affair, when Ronald Reagan created the crack epidemic. Started in Los Angeles. Congresswoman Waters was protesting against it, trying her best to fight against it. Ronald Reagan created crack cocaine, sold drugs in Los Angeles, which spread to the rest of the country and defeated the Soviet Union in South and Central America with the money that he made from selling crack. At the same time, he was zero tolerance on crack addicts and put crack addicts in jail. And the prisons were filled up with the war on drugs while Ronald Reagan was selling drugs. But your fathers and your uncles went to jail for being drug addicts. Well, it also happened the second time it happened was under Bill Clinton. You can go research all of this. There was a white man named Bobby Seals. Bobby Seals was an airplane pilot who would bring drugs from South America into Arkansas. I remember at this time, Little Rock, Arkansas was a drug haven at this time. What's close to there? You make your way there to Chicago from Arkansas, right? Bobby Seals was caught with a plane full of cocaine. He told the DEA agents, you should let me buy all of you Cadillacs because in a minute you're going to get a phone call and they're going to tell me to let you go. They laughed at him. In a minute, they got a phone call telling him to let him go. And they released him. Bobby Seals. He was bringing drugs into Arkansas. 2 kids saw the drop-off. Those 2 kids were killed. They thought they were drug addicts that fell asleep on the train tracks until an independent organization autopsy saw that they were stabbed to death. Then Bobby Seals himself was killed. The reporter during Ronald Reagan's time was killed. I'm sorry, he committed suicide. My apologies. He committed suicide just like Epstein committed suicide. This is America's true stance on drugs. America sells drugs. They don't stop drugs. They sell them. I'm not making it. You can Google this. This was on Joe Rogan because you can type this into your phone and Google it. America is selling drugs. They're not stopping drugs. They're selling drugs. And by the way, America has never cared about the drug dealer unless the drug user is Latino and Black. America puts the addict in prison. America arrests the addict. America doesn't care about whoever is selling drugs because America is a partner with whoever is selling drugs. This entire thing about Venezuela is a distraction. It's not about stopping drugs. It is about getting your mind off of Epstein. And the only reason it works is because white people fantasize about being mass shooters and about killing people, and Donald Trump satisfies that desire. Is there anything else?
Sir.
Do I got time for Puff Daddy or no?
Kind of. We also had the clip on the shooting last week, the National Guard.
Oh, shooting last week. That was another one where this. Okay, what we need is a reporter. We need somebody to become a reporter in here. Who was that cat that said you can't keep all the laws?
Simon.
Simon. What would it take from Simon to start from tonight to becoming an intrepid reporter? What would it take? Man, he might have to go to school. He might have to get down here to NYU. I don't know what you got to do to become a reporter. But we need a reporter in here, Simon. I bet you it's a lot more than 619 things, right? 600, how many? 13. I bet you it was a ton more than 613 things to become a reporter who could get the resources and the intel, because we need it. Why? Because lo and behold, after Bobby Seale was bringing drugs in under the Clintons, after the Iran-Contras were selling drugs for Ronald Reagan, lo and behold, a person from Afghanistan comes to soldiers in Washington, D.C. Come to find out he works for the CIA in Afghanistan. Come to find out this person who killed 2 National Guardsmen worked for the CIA in Afghanistan. And after these guardsmen were killed, Donald Trump had the good cause to send 600 more guardsmen into Washington, D.C. to protect freedom. To protect freedom. We need a reporter to look into that. And then if that reporter commits suicide, then we know that he should have never done it. Everybody understands. Is there anything else?
Did you want to play the clip?
Please.
29-year-old Ramanullah Lockenwall is the man federal law enforcement has in custody for the ambush attack of Sarah Beckstorm and Andrew Wolf in the nation's capital. Across the country, over in Washington state, the FBI and other federal agencies executing a number of search warrants and interviewing people who lived in the home with Lockenwall. DHS Secretary Christine Noem confirming that Lockenwall entered the country in September of 2021 during the Biden administration's Operation Allies Welcome, an effort supporting Afghan nationals who worked with the American military.
There is confirmation now that the subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces.
Sources tell Fox News that Lockenwall was part of a unit working in Kandahar in southern Afghanistan with the CIA.
They were highly trusted by the CIA, and they accomplished missions. They acted as guides, they acted as interpreters, they acted as sometimes as combatants, and they helped the agency out in the OPs, the outposts, way out in lands that were kind of denied areas, that they were not under U.S. control. To counter the operations of the Taliban.
Jack Tumarchio is the former Undersecretary of Homeland Security.
Well. Here we go again. Someone should look into that, because it could be that Donald Trump and the CIA encouraged this person to commit this act of terrorism so that Donald Trump could send more troops into Washington, D.C., which is exactly what he did. You should look into that, and then do not commit suicide after you do it. Is there anything else?
Come on, sir.
By the Pharaoh of Egypt were required to pay him 20% of their income, their harvest from their crops, from their farm. Fast forward to 2020. Slaves owned by the Pharaoh of Egypt were required to pay him 20% of their income, their harvest from their crops, from their farm. Fast forward to 2025.
This is research on Egyptian slavery. Egyptian slaves received money. They got paid money. Why is this important? Because you're a slave right now, today. You're a slave. The slaves in Egypt had to give Pharaoh 20% of what they earned from their slavery. What would you call that today? Blow my mind with the answer. Taxes. That's what that would be. Right. The slaves had to pay taxes. Amazon does not pay taxes. Right? They don't pay any taxes. Jeff Bezos pays 0 taxes. But the people that work at Amazon pay taxes. They pay taxes, right? This is what slavery was like in Egypt. Why is this important? Do not think that you're not a slave simply because you receive a paycheck. Slaves in Egypt received paychecks, and 20% of that had to go back to Pharaoh, which is what you would call today federal taxes. Anything else?
Live, sir. We also have this clip.
For Puff Daddy, I need
the Christians have.
Jeremiah 23 for time's sake. Tazari, grab that, please. Go ahead.
Another misconception that a lot of Christians have is that Jesus wants everybody to get along. He did not say that. Jesus said, I came to not to bring peace, but to bring a sword, to divide mother against father, father against son.
Okay. This is a white man. Next week, matter of fact, save this for next week.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how white Christianity now is angry at talking about Jesus. White Christians do not want you to bring up Jesus anymore because in their mind, the talk about Jesus is woke. It's too merciful. It's too kind. And they don't want any discussion of Jesus. Save that for next week.
Okay.
That goes into Schadenfreude. Keep going. Next topic. Next video.
Diddy, sir.
Let's go into Diddy real fast. Now, clap it up for P. Diddy. Oh, now you don't want to clap. You should listen. You damn sure was clapping in the 90s. Oh, you used to clap for P. Diddy. You know what you called us? Bums. That's what you called us. Why are y'all standing out in that street corner? Get a job. You said that we were not exceptional black men. That's what you said about us. Oh, but Puff Daddy, you loved Puff Daddy back in the day. You loved him. Here's the answer to this question. Everyone knows that Puff Daddy right now is a sexual deviant. I don't, Tazaryak, what is that shit about with the baby oil? According to this thing, he has some drug in the baby oil. You familiar with that? People in the chat gonna know about this. That was the reason that the baby oil was so prominent. He put some. You wake up and Puff Diddy all over you. Diddy juice all over you. I don't understand it in that. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of baby oil. I mean, that's a lot of slipping and sliding now. Puff Daddy had some drug in the baby oil, which is why it was prominent in his case, because he had a drug in it, GBH. That was the point. Because the documentary said he had GHB, some type of GH something in that baby oil. So when he would lather you down, slick all over your chest and body with that baby oil, you were high, which of course is a crime because you thought you would just get lathered down, but he was getting you high on the baby oil. Well, listen, Puff Daddy, now everyone knows he's a sexual deviant. Everyone knows he's evil. But I have a few questions for the chat room out there. This is for non-UPK people. Answer this quickly. Non-UPK people, get ready to type. Is Puff Daddy in a cult? Non-UPK people, type in quickly. If you're not in the UPK, did you ever say that Puff Daddy was in a cult? How about this? Is Puff Daddy racist? Type that in. Non-UPK people. What's the brother's name again? Simon. Simon, quickly. Did you ever say that Puff Daddy was in a cult, Simon? Did you ever call Puff Daddy racist, Simon? Simon, does Puff Daddy believe that all races can be saved? Does Puff Daddy believe that? Come on, Simon. I'll give you 5 seconds. Come on.
Simon didn't answer, but Panthers fan 89 said ISUPK is a cult.
Oh, he in a cult. Well, I knew that already, Panthers fan. But I'm asking you about Puff Daddy. Is Puff Daddy in a cult? Panthers fan just illuminated my question. You see, we're in a cult. We're crazy. Puff Daddy is not. Puff Daddy is not in a cult. What's his name again?
Simon?
Panthers fan.
Panthers fan.
That's his name, Panthers fan?
89.
All right. Panthers fan 89. The UPK, we're in a cult, but Puff Daddy is not in a cult. Does Puff Daddy believe that all races can be saved? Panthers fan 89. Does he believe that all races can be saved? Does he believe that God loves everybody? Panthers fan 89. 5 seconds.
All of a sudden, he's slow to type.
Oh, no.
Oh, he said, He said, I know you don't.
Oh, I know you know about me. I know that, Panthers fan. But I'm asking you about Puff Daddy, Panthers fan. It seems like you don't want to answer that question. Shall I answer for you? Puff Daddy is not in a cult. Puff Daddy believes that all races can be saved. Puff Daddy gives all the credit to God at every award show, every last one. You know what, Puff Daddy? Who does Puff Daddy say you have to keep first? Panthers fan 89. You have to keep God first. Keep God first in all things. Puff Daddy wore a cross around his neck, not a shield like us. Puff Daddy didn't believe in, hold up, did Puff Daddy believe in polygamy or monogamy? Panthers fan 89. What did Puff Daddy believe in, Panthers fan 89? Puff Daddy believed in monogamy. That's what he believed in. Let me answer this question for you, Panthers fan 89. Puff Daddy was just like you, and that's why you didn't see his wickedness, for the same reason you don't see your own. You don't see yours. Puff Daddy, come on, Ephraim.
He said Diddy didn't discriminate.
Diddy did not discriminate. Panthers fan, give him a man. You're right. Puff Daddy believed that all races can be saved. Puff Daddy believed in monogamy. Puff Daddy believed that Jesus Christ died for everyone. The reason that you loved Puff Daddy, regardless of his deviance, regardless of his sin, is because Puff Daddy acted just like a Christian preacher. That's the reason. Do I need proof? Do you have it? I think it's right there on the screen. Every breath you take, every move you make, Puff Daddy kept God first. Puff Daddy sung with a choir. Puff Daddy wore a giant Jesus piece and a giant cross. Puff Daddy kept God first in everything he did. Everything. Puff Daddy voted for Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. He did it. Do you understand? You loved Puff Daddy for the same reason you hate Commanding General Yohana. You hate us. You think we're a cult, we're evil, we're racist, and you love Puff Daddy. Let me tell you something that the pimps have learned, the rappers have learned, the hustlers have learned, the liars have learned. If you act like a preacher, black people and Hispanics will love you. Just act like a preacher. Wear a cross. Back in the 90s, brother, when rappers started to wear crosses, it was a genius move. It was genius. When rappers begin to go on award shows, can I give you a rapper accepting an award? You want me to give it to you? First of all, First of all, I want to just thank God for the glory and give him the glory for giving me this award as I'm dressed in a bikini and selling drugs and high. First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving me the Source Award for my song, Shoot That Nigga, Kill That Nigga, Hit That Nigga. I want to give God the glory. You see, rappers learn to act like preachers. And the same way white people love to kill, you know what blacks and Latinos love? Success, money, success. That's what the Pharisee loved, the Sadducee loved. They love it. And if you're a rapper and you flex money like the pimps and the drug dealers and the preachers, you ever wonder why the preacher drives a Rolls Royce, the rapper drives a Rolls Royce, the pimp drives a Rolls Royce? You don't get the correlation. You don't get, they dress the same. They act the same. They talk the same because blacks and Latinos have an affinity for shining and flexing money. And people that know that about us will seduce us with success. With success. The same way white people are seduced with killing, we are seduced with success. People know that and they manipulate us with it. The reason that you love Puff Daddy is because he acts like a preacher. That's why you love Puff Daddy. He acts just like a preacher. He gives God the glory. At the same time, he's a filthy sinner. And Ephraim, I believe, who was telling me today they were wondering, you said Dame Dash. Was that you? That was you? No. Oh, shit. Somebody told me today that Dame Dash was saying, you should not talk about Puff Daddy. Oh. It was Ibadja. He shouldn't talk about this. Yeah, Ibadja is the one that told me. Shout out to Ibadja. He was telling me that some black people online were saying it's wrong for 50 Cent to talk about Puff Daddy because you should never talk about another black man who's successful. I would like to understand why I can talk about shooting a black man who doesn't wear the color I wear, but I cannot talk about a black man who's rich. I can talk about having sex with another black man's woman because he's a punk, he's a chump, and I should take his girl. I could shoot him, talk about that because he doesn't come from my neighborhood, or he doesn't like blue or red or gangster disciple or black disciple. But when it comes to a rich, successful black man, I should never talk about him. So the only people that I should not disgrace in black and Latino community are the rich ones. Everyone else I can disparage, disgrace. I can shoot them. Let me tell you what Jesus Christ said. Give me Matthew 23 and Jeremiah 23. Let me tell you something, blacks and Latinos. Men like Puff Daddy are the main ones you should talk about. Puff Daddy is just too small to talk about. You should start talking about Creflo Dollar. You should start talking about T.D. Jakes, another famous friend of Puff Daddy. You can put the pictures up of Puff Daddy with Barack Obama, with T.D. Jakes. You could do look at him. You see, you should start talking about Puff Daddy. His only problem is he's not as big as T.D. Jakes. He's not as influential. He doesn't meet with the president like T.D. Jakes met with George Bush. Right? Rich blacks and Latinos are the main ones you should talk about because they're doing the most damage. Who am I going to talk about? The gangs? You Christians, all you talk about is black people. I had to hear for 2 years, Tazariak, about how evil Shiesty Mass was. Do y'all call him Shiesty Mass? What do y'all call him in New York? Shiesty Mass. For 2 years, I had to hear about how evil these masks were, how evil sagging pants were. For 2 years. Then all of a sudden, ICE agents are wearing the exact same mask that black people were wearing, except it's legal and you can't do a damn thing about it. But But you Christians, you rich Christians, you're so intimidated by a YN in a shiesty mask. Then Donald Trump tells every ICE agent to wear the same shiesty mask, and now he rips you out of your cars and snatches you out of stores. You see, poor black people are the only black people that you're willing to talk about, but you're not willing to ever talk about rich black people. Rich black people are the ones you're supposed to denigrate. They're the ones you're supposed to disrespect. They're the ones you're supposed to bring down. Why? Because he that exalts himself must be abased. When you bring yourself up very high, you must be brought down very low. If you're wondering if you should bring down Puff Daddy, he's the main one you should bring down. You should probably stop bringing down poor brothers from the hood who are simply the victims of child molestation, the victims of poverty. You should probably give them a break. Give them some mercy. You might want to give less mercy to rich black men. Why do you give so much mercy to rich black men? Because in your heart, you just want to be just like them, don't you? You want to be a pimp, don't you? You want to be a preacher, don't you? You want to be Puff Daddy, which is why you don't disrespect him. Jesus Christ said this. What do you have at first? Please.
This is book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself.
That's what Jesus Christ said. Whosoever shall exalt himself, he shall be abased. Give me your leaders, Matthew 23. Oh, please. Salakia, go ahead. You on to it. Your leaders are the ones that lead you astray.
Oh, let me see.
Woe unto the Pharisee and you. Go ahead. Sounds right.
Other Mike, sure. It said, but woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Woe unto you who? Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. That's the religious leaders. That's T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Puff Daddy, Barack Obama, the rich, affluent class of blacks and Latinos, the ones that everybody listens to. Everyone patterns themselves after. Everyone who is a high, influential, high, high value man, black excellence. That's who you should be speaking against. You might want to give those 15-year-olds who've been molested, give them a break. Give them some mercy because they wear a mask, because they commit some crimes. They grew up with rats and roaches in the ghetto, and they're suffering and dying, and they've been molested. Give them mercy. If you can accept an ICE agent wearing a mask because you're powerless, why don't you understand why this young brother might wear a mask? Because he wants to feel powerful. Give him a break. Give him a chance. Read the precept.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
You what?
Hypocrites.
You what?
Hypocrites.
Puff Daddy wore a cross around his neck and gave God the glory at every award show. He put God first in all his life. He gave God the credit for all his success. You love Puff Daddy because he's a hypocrite and you want to be a hypocrite. You want to talk about God and eat pork and eat shrimp and then complain that there's too many laws to keep. It's too many, 632. Nigga, how many do you keep? How about this? Keep 10. Keep 10 of them tonight. Keep 10 laws. That'll be your first step.
That's it.
Keep 10 laws and I'll count you free from guilt. Precept, Acts the 15th chapter. If thou wilt abstain from the strangling of meats, if thou will abstain from eating meats under the sacrifice unto idols, that is all I require of you today. Just start there. What's his name? Simon. Start there, Simon. Or else you'll be a hypocrite just like Puff Daddy, Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, and every other black and Latino leader who talks about God and commits every sin against God. Keep going.
Sir. For ye are like unto whited sepulchres.
You are like what?
Whited sepulchres.
A sepulcher is a tomb, a grave. Imagine a gravestone that's cleaned. Everybody cleans it so you can see the name on it. It's perfect. There are some people that go out to a gravesite, you've seen them, and they keep a gravestone clean because they honor the person that they love. And the gravestone is perfect. Flowers sitting there, perfectly clean. You are like the whited sepulcher. Keep going.
Kind of one kind. Which indeed appear beautiful outward.
Oh, it looks beautiful. A beautiful statue.
That's right.
A beautiful headstone. Keep going.
Kind of one kind. But within are full of dead men bones.
But inside that grave is a corpse. That's the Christian church. That's Puff Daddy. That's why you loved Puff Daddy. Because Puff Daddy looked like a successful man who God has blessed. God has blessed him. He's dancing. He has a cross on. He's thanking God at the award shows, but he's rubbing baby oil filled with drugs on everyone, molesting children, getting high on cocaine and smoking weed. You idolize that. That's what you want to be. You want to be that. I don't want to hear any talk about Puff Daddy from someone who was old enough to have loved him. Otherwise, I'll want to know why when we were going out on the street with Commandant General Yohana in the 90s, you hated us when we would speak about Puff Daddy. Because the Israelite School of UPK has always spoken against Puff Daddy. I have had giant battles out on the street when we say Puff Daddy is evil. You should not be like him. Lo and behold, someone will go, you just jealous of him. You shouldn't be speaking about him. He's successful. He's a high value man. Now, the minute the white man arrests him, now you get morals about it. Where were your morals back then? You love Puff Daddy because Puff Daddy is a pretend preacher. He has learned the same hustle that every preacher has learned. Drive a Rolls Royce, wear a mink coat, get a jet, and black people will excuse your deviance. They'll excuse your sin because they will look at you as aspirational. That's what Puff Daddy preyed on. Your aspiration of being just like him with the champagne and the Cristal and the jets and the suits. Farrakhan uses this hustle. Creflo Dollar uses this hustle. TD Jakes uses the exact same hustle as Puff Daddy. Black people want to look at a successful black person and aspire to be like him. If you can give them that, they will excuse your lack of morality. That's the reason you love Puff Daddy. I believe I answered both of your questions in here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Ephraim, I believe we're done. Am I wrong? With that, pass the class over to Priest Captain Shamal.
Clap it up for the class. I'm going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim, Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua.